Oyo, makofi. Tena ingine makofi. Thank you very much. Mheshimiwa Naibu Rais anapekwa.
We are all inspired. I am inspired more than anybody else. Now I can't be Minister for Education if I also don't do what you did. So I'll work very, very hard. But again, congratulations, Your Excellency. You've always been an inspiration, an encouragement, and you continue to be that. Thank you very much for doing this. Thank you.
For many ordinary Kenyans who are not born in privileged families, many who would not have had the chance to get to anywhere that will be recognized, look up to you as their inspiration, that you can work and be anything and anybody you want to be by sheer hard work. And indeed, Your Excellency, as Kipchumba said at the beginning of his brief remarks, that this day you've not just been an inspiration to us, those of us who work with you, in government and out of government, but you've been an inspiration to the entire country. You have shown indeed our children from across the country that you can work not just to be a deputy president, but to attain the highest pinnacle in academics by sheer hard work. As much as many of us pretend, and I must say indeed we must, I was just telling Kipchumba, we pretend to be very busy, because nobody is busier than you, but you found the time amidst your busy schedules to also dedicate some time.
Niko hapa kwa niaba ya wabunge wote wa Pwani, wale wa Team Ruto, kusema pongezi sana kwa ndugu yetu kwa kutufanya sisi tumekuwa tunaonekana kwamba tunafuata nyayo zile za kweli ambazo Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais ameweza kutimiza hivi leo. Kwa kweli ametutia nguvu, na sisi kama watu wake wa karibu tunafuata nyayo.
We are very delighted to be here to congratulate you, Dr. Ruto, because the day you get the word doctor, it does not leave your name. We have a lot of people who get those, what do you call, those are the honorary, and they try to use the name doctor. And then they are reminded by their own universities, please, it is honorary, so don't use it. So a lot of people have had this embarrassment of the thing being grabbed from them. Because you need, when you give somebody honorary, you are not supposed to have it as a title. But today we are so honored that the man in the house is a real doctor.
We are very, very, very glad to be here today. And I also take the opportunity, Your Excellency, to congratulate you. You are really one of the people, now here I speak as an individual, that have really looked up to in the sense of how you work. How, I don't know anyone who can do so many meetings in one day and still be so fresh when he goes to the next meeting and be able to talk without seeming like it's the 8th meeting in a day. So to know and to imagine that behind all that, you are still working on your PhD I don't think you are just a normal man. I think you are superhuman to some extent.
His Excellency William Ruto has challenged all of us. All of us. Those with PhDs, those without. All of us are challenged. And the challenge is, none of us is too busy to do and to achieve the next great thing in their lives. No one. And over the years, because I have known His Excellency the Deputy President for a few years, I have known him as a very hardworking person, a very focused person, very organized, very, very, very hardworking, and very godly. But I never imagined that somebody who is actually occupying the office of Deputy President can sit down, do research, study, and earn the highest academic honor in the world. I never imagined.
Sometimes people look at him like a very busy person, of course, being the Deputy President of our nation. But I was so glad that he was able to put aside some time to finish his studies. And I think it serves as an example to all of us that if the Deputy President, a busy person, is able to graduate with a PhD, what about us?
This is a very, very important day, not just for the Deputy President, but it's an inspiration to the country that a person in the position of the Deputy President was able to take his time, manage his time well, to be able to do a Doctor of Philosophy in plant ecology. 2 months ago, when I realized you are actually going to graduate, I told myself from January, I have to be a serious person. And every day when I realize that I'll be lazy, I'll always remind myself that as long as William Ruto finished, I will finish mine. And that is not me alone. I've been reading messages on the social media, many platforms. There are so many Kenyans across the country who are inspired, and in fact across the political divide. You see everybody, even those who are not in Jubilee, they start by saying, politics aside, then they now acknowledge that we congratulate Deputy President for earning his PhD. So we want to say congratulations.
Your Excellency, being the Deputy President of the Republic, I think it's right for me to say that all of us in this country are shareholders of that PhD. We are all shareholders. And maybe on behalf of many of the citizens, some of us like me are satisfied with that shareholding. So my friend, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go to Masai Mara University. I'm satisfied with the shareholding.
More and more, therefore, we shall rely on science, technology, research, and innovation to make our world habitable, which is to say, to make our world secure, peaceful, prosperous, and ecologically sustainable for increasing numbers of the human race. The boundaries between the academia, industry, and government will blur even more because leadership must become intensely knowledge-based and governance information-driven. Nothing has humbled me in my life than braving the grueling demands of attaining the doctorate degree that has been conferred on me today. In the course of pursuing this degree, particularly when my supervisors were hard on me, I occasionally interrogated what great men and women of yore thought about education. The achievement of this PhD is also my way of signaling our people, and especially our young people working through their studies, that knowledge is desirable, both as a means to ends we aspire to, and also as an end in itself. Education should always aim at opening new vistas of inspiration, hope, and possibility. That is what my pursuit of education has been all about.